Welcome to Morning Joan, the only podcast where the tea is always piping hot and the shade is always thrown. I'm your host, Joan, and we're kicking off another fabulous day of dishing out the latest in entertainment news. So let's get right into it. We've got a couple of juicy stories to sink our teeth into today. First up, have you heard about the new live-action adaptation of Lilo and Stitch that just debuted at the top of the China box office? Yeah, I know, another remake. But apparently it's doing pretty well for itself, raking in a cool $8.7 million over the weekend. Not bad at all. But let's be real, folks, it's no Ninja 2, which is still holding strong in the top 5 after 17 weeks. I mean, that animated epic has amassed a whopping $2.14 billion, and I'm just over here wondering what kind of dark magic they used to make that happen. And while we're on the topic of box office numbers, it looks like China's 2025 cumulative box office is up by 26.8% compared to last year. Not too shabby if you ask me. But hey, with a slew of major domestic titles and international releases coming out in June, I'm sure things are only going to get more interesting. But enough about that. Let's talk about something really exciting. Have you heard about the new film Stolen that just got acquired by Prime Video? No? Well, let me fill you in. It's a taut, emotionally resonant thriller that's been making waves on the global festival circuit, and I'm here for one. The fact that it's from a debut director just makes it all the more impressive. I mean, can you imagine being a new kid on the block and already killing the game like that? Goals. People. Goals. And finally, before we take a break, I just want to give a shout-out to all my listeners out there who are still trying to figure out what's going on with The Masked Singer. Don't worry, honey, I got you. It looks like the show is taking a little hiatus and won't be back until January 2026. But don't worry, we'll be here, spilling all the tea and dishing out all the latest gossip to keep you entertained. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan. I hope you're all doing wonderfully today. We've got an exciting story to dive into, straight from the world of entertainment. You know how much we love our music and award shows here on the program, so let's get right into it. It seems like the 2025 American Music Awards are just around the corner, and the lineup is looking absolutely fantastic. Performers include the talented Benson Boone, Lainey Wilson, Blake Shelton, and the one and only Jennifer Lopez, who's also hosting the show this year. But that's not all. We've got Icon Award recipient Janet Jackson, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient Rod Stewart, Gloria Estefan, Gwen Stefani, and Renee Rapp all set to take the stage. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about the nominations. Well, let me tell you, hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar is leading the pack with 10 nods, including Artist of the Year. He's up against some tough competition though. Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift are all vying for that top spot. The show is going to be broadcast live from the luxurious Fontainebleau Resort in Las Vegas, and it's going to be available to stream on Paramount for all our listeners in the US. And as a special tribute, the Amas will be honoring US troops and veterans, which I think is just wonderful. So, mark your calendars for Monday night and get ready for an unforgettable evening of music and entertainment. We'll be sure to bring you all the highlights and updates right here on Morning Joan. And that's all for today's second cup of tea. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. Can we talk about the latest Netflix sensation, Sirens? I mean, this show is not just about the drama, the intrigue, or even the stunning Julianne Moore. It's also about the costume sweethearts. Caroline Duncan's work on this adaptation of Molly Smith Metzler's play, Element OP, is nothing short of genius. Those goddess gowns? To die for. Now I know what you're thinking. Joan, what's so special about these costumes? Well, let me tell you, they're not just pretty to look at. They're also speaking a language of class that's both subtle and screamingly obvious. It's like Duncan is using the clothes to say all the things you can't acknowledge out loud while staying with a billionaire. Oh, grow up! You know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, think about it. When you're staying in a luxurious mansion surrounded by opulence and excess, there are certain, let's call them unspoken rules. And Duncan's costumes are tapping into that. using fashion to convey the complexities of class and social status. It's like she's saying, darling, the clothes may be gorgeous, but they're also a mask, a way to hide the truth about who you really are and where you come from. Now, as someone who's been around the block a few times in this industry, I can tell you that this is not just about the clothes. It's about the politics of fashion. It's about how what you wear can be both a reflection of your inner self and a tool to manipulate those around you. Trust me on this, darlings. When it comes to the game of class and social status, fashion is the ultimate player. So, if you haven't checked out Sirens yet, do yourself a favor and get on Netflix pronto. Not just for the drama, not just for Julianne Moore, but for the costumes, darling. They're a masterclass in the language of class, and I am here for doing it. That's all for today's morning, Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.